Hi guys, welcome back to the Resinator. I'm going to do some coasters today, and I'm going to do beach themed coasters with sand and shells. I've never done them with epoxy before. I've only ever done pendants and key rings with UV, so this will be a learning experience for me. I'm going to attempt to do the waves with white and a heat gun as well, so that could be a disaster, but I'm going to give it a go and see how it comes out. So the first thing I've done is I have mixed 400 mils of 1 part epoxy resin. I'm using a new resin today. I've used this brand before, Epoxy 1 part epoxy resin, but I don't think I've used their resin. I've used their moulds and they're usually quite good, so I thought I'd give their resin a go. So yeah, I've mixed up 400 mils. I've put some into 4 different pots because I'm going to do 3 different bluey greens and my white, or maybe 2 different bluey greens and my white. I'm going to put sand in these as well. So let's mix some colours. So the first colour I want to mix is a dark blue. This is going to be at the top of my coasters. And I'm going to have a look and see how it comes out with acrylic paints. So I don't know how much of these to use, so I'm just going to go in really slowly at first and pop that in and give it a mix, see how dark it comes out. Yeah, I think we need more than that. So let's go with a bit more. Give it a good mix in, make sure it's not streaky. Not sure about that. I think I'd need to use a lot more, so I think I will put a bit of my mica powder in. That's sky blue, brilliant blue, normal blue. So which is the darkest? Let's go with this one. Put a bit of this in, so I've got a little bit of sheen. There's not much resin in there, so I don't need to go mad. So let's give that a mix. Scrape round the sides, make sure there's no powder left on there. I'm not too worried about bubbles. This is a seascape after all. It's the beach. There's going to be bubbles. So I'm just giving it a really good mix. Yeah, I think I want that darker. So the colours I want quite a dark blue, and then a mid blue, and then something a bit lighter towards the shoreline. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these colours up off camera, and I'll be back with you in a minute. So I've mixed my colours. I've done a darker blue, a mid blue, slightly more transparent greeny blue, and my white. Here's the mould I'm going to use. Oh, I've also mixed up sand. I've sprayed my mould. I'm only going to do these 4 cavities. These moulds are quite deep. They take 100 mils of resin in each one. I would expect these to take less because I'm putting sand in them, so you know that'll fill them up a little bit as well. But I figured that as I've never done this before with epoxy, I'd just do 4. I probably should have just done 2, because if they don't turn out, then I haven't wasted too much resin. So I've already sprayed these cavities with silicone release spray. And now it's time to add the sand. So I'm going to add sand into these 4 here. I've made it quite thick. Just give it a little mix because the sand settles to the bottom quite quickly. So let's just drop it in, push it down to the bottom. Yeah, I've completely overmade these. Do you know what? I might do the other two as well. Let's just whack it in because I've got so much sand mixture here that it would be a shame to waste it. So I'm just going to whack it in. Let's pop a little bit more in that one. Make sure that I've got it. I need to lean forward, so I'm sorry if you're getting a view of the back of my head. But these moulds are quite deep, so it's hard to see. I'm not looking forward to cleaning out this cup, I'm not going to lie. If these don't end up being as deep as the cavities, that's fine. I just need them, if they're not going to be as deep as the cavity, they just need to be of an equal depth, I think. Okay. Let's get a clean stick. Make sure that I've got it all. Okay. Look at the mess I've made already. Okie dokie. So I need to put some shells in. 1 second, because I've forgotten to get my shells out. I will be right back. Now these are quite deep, so I can probably use some of the bigger shells that I don't normally get a chance to use. So let's just pop some in. I can always cover these with clear at the end to top them up a little bit. Oh, it's a little bit close. Oh, blimey, that's a big one. Let's put that in there. There's quite a lot of sand in that one. Yeah, I don't get to use these bigger ones normally, so just throw them in there. I want them to look fairly random, to be honest. Don't want them too uniform. Also don't want them sticking up too far because they are coasters after all. Let's put some of these nice little curly ones in. Oh, that one's gone in upside down. Got the fiddly. Ooh, he's a nice colourful one. If I can get it out. This one's got like a pinky red stripe going all the way around, so let's put him there. I hope that shows up when I put clear resin over it. That'll look awesome. And a couple of the, oh, I've missed that one up there. Let's go one of those. One of those. There's another one with some red colouring on it. Let's put a couple of these pointy ones in, or even drop 2 in. Oh, that's a broken one. Let's not put that in. That looks a bit naff. One more of these on this side. Let's have a little white one over here. I think that'll do for the shells before I overdo it. Give my hands a little wipe, my gloves. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top with the dark blue. I'm going to try and do this quickly. This resin's getting quite warm, but I also don't want them to flow into each other too much at this point. Okay. Let's go in with the mid. I can always go over sections after if I want to add a bit more of a certain colour. Went a bit overboard there because I nearly knocked my other blue over. And then let's get in with the light one, which is going more on the beach line. That's nice, that's pushing that up, which is cool. I'm actually pouring that more onto the sandy area and letting it flow up, although the sun's flowing a little bit far on that one, but hey, that's the thing with homemade stuff. You never know how it's going to turn out, and you never get the same thing twice. So I'm just gonna fill these in a little bit until I've used up my colours. While I'm doing this, I just want to thank everyone who's already subscribing and everyone who's been watching my videos. While you're here, if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and hit like on my at the bottom of underneath the video. That'd be brilliant. I'm quite new at this, as you can see. the videos that I make, the pieces that I make very rarely go to plan, but hey, I have so much fun while I'm doing it, so you know, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, if you like what I'm doing and want to help the channel grow, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to help me out so that I can carry on doing this, feel free to buy me a coffee. There's links to everything that I make and everything that I use. That's my Etsy shop. All of the products that I use, all in the description below. I'm just going to use up all these colours. If I need to, I'll then top it up with a bit of clear, but I am going to do the white in a sec, so let's see what happens. Now, I've never tried the white technique before. I've seen so many people do it, and it always looks really, really good. Let's clear myself some space. Any of these could do with a little bit more mid blue. Let's just put a dribble in there. No, I think they're okay. Okie dokie. This is the bit that I'm excited to try, but even so. So this white, I used my Decorum resin dye paste to make it, and then a little tiny bit of silvery white red mica powder. Right, let's unstick my gloves before I do this bit. So get rid of my stick. So I because I've never done this before, I'm actually going to do this with a cocktail stick, because I don't know how well this is going to run, or so I'm just going to draw lines in. This might be better with the side of a lolly stick actually. Let's try that, if everything doesn't stick to me. Actually, yeah, that is better. So I'm going to do a line on each quite high up. There we go, last one. And then I'm going to do a line closer to the beach. Okay, wipe my gloves. I think I might just wipe some of these little bits off here before I put my hot air gun anywhere near. I don't want to be blowing sand and resin everywhere. Okay. So I've got a hot air gun. Let's move everything out of the way that I'm likely to knock over. And I may need to stand up for this because I think I need to see what I'm doing. And let's just put a little bit more white in that one. I suppose I can keep adding as much white as I like, really. But okay, excuse the noise. Oh, that was fun. And I really like the effect that I've got. So I'm going to do a line on the wall closer to the beach. I need to try and talk a bit quieter because I'm actually standing up now, so my voice is going to be a bit louder on the camera. And my poor husband has to deal with the sound. So let's do a line along the beach line. And then we'll blow it around a bit more. Standing up as well, I cast more of a shadow, so I do apologise. Oh, I've blobbed it a bit there. Let's see if I can pull that a little bit. There we go. I don't mind if the white goes on the shells either, it doesn't matter. Made way too much white, so I'm probably going to pop this in a skull, maybe in one of my little skulls. I'm terrible with quantities because I'm so new at this, it's just judging the quantities, but I've started writing on the moulds now how much everything takes. Okay, let's do this again. They are so pretty, I really love them. So, yeah, way too much white. So I'm going to let them just sit till they're a little bit tackier, and then I'm going to top them up with white. Yeah, so I'll be back shortly. So as you can see, I've put a clear, well, you might not be able to see it on the camera actually, but I've put a clear layer on the top of these now. I just waited for the first layer to go a little bit tacky, and then I've just popped a clear layer just to fill them up. I haven't filled the moulds completely, but I have tried to make sure that they're all filled equally. Okay, so there you go. These are ready now, and I'm really excited to demould them. I know it's not going to be that much of a surprise because they're face up. So what I did is, once the first layer was tacky, I then went in and topped them all up with clear. A couple of the shells, the larger shells, are just not poking through. They are still covered with resin, but they're just, you can just feel them. But I'm really pleased with how my first attempt at the waves has come out. So let's pop them out and see what we got. As you can see, they're quite thick. Even the other side looks quite nice. Oh yes, I love them. Absolutely love that. This one's got a little bit that just needs trimming there, but only a tiny bit. Now, because I didn't fill these all the way up, so they didn't sort of dome themselves with surface tension, there's a little lip going around them, and I would normally trim that off if it was anything else, but because they're coasters, I'm actually going to leave it, because if you put a drink in them that's got condensation running around the glass, the water that runs down won't run off all over your table. I absolutely love these. I'm so happy with them. Absolutely chuffed to bits with them. I mean, look, they even look pretty good on the other side. Again, that one's got a tiny little bit that just needs trimming off. I think those bits are like little drips that I should have probably not left there to cure. Absolutely thrilled with these. Oh, let's move the mould out of the way. There we go. Absolutely chuffed to bits. Really thrilled. So I will probably put this set up on my shop, but it won't be for a month, because obviously, because they're coasters, we need to make sure that they're completely cured. And most resin, you know, it says it says, you know, I don't know, 4-hour demold, but that's demold not 100% cured. Most resins take another sort of 4 weeks to be completely cured. Just bear that in mind if you're putting things on a shop. But yeah, I'm absolutely thrilled with these. They're so pretty. I can't wait to have another go. And maybe next time, because they're so deep, I might do a second layer of white so that they look a little bit more 3D. And I might go a little bit more with the transparent greeny colour. But as a first attempt at doing these in coasters, I'm absolutely thrilled. So yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. If you like what I'm doing, give me a like and a subscribe. Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.